grow as dozens more remain missing. Federal and local agencies, as well as volunteers, continue to scour the area by boat and in the air. But with so much wreckage and more rain in the forecast, authorities say it is a challenging and dangerous task. To help find those still missing in Texas, California sending emergency crews of its own. RA3's Melody Wingo has the details of their deployment from the Governor's Office of Emergency Services.
Highly skilled Urban Search and Rescue, or USAR, team members are preparing to head and help out with the disaster response efforts in Texas. Late yesterday, the California Governor's Office of Emergency Services, or Cal OES, announced Governor Newsom's planned those team members. And KCRA3 has learned the Urban Search and Rescue crew members being sent from to Texas include one FEMA incident support team member from 8 firefighters from Task Force 6 out of Rivers. Cal OES said close coordination with FEMA as it prepares to send California crews to help deal with the potential for further impacts from flooding in Texas. Authorities saying these teams are highly experienced in major disaster rescue operations. Over the years, they've responded to disasters including the September 11th terrorist attacks and also natural disasters such as Hurricane Katrina and the Camp Fire in Paradise. In a statement, Cal OES Director Nancy Ward saying Cal OES is proud to deploy these experienced teams to help those in need in Texas. These search and rescue professionals have the training needed to navigate extreme conditions. And Cal OES does want to remind Californians that the response from California team members will not affect the state's ability to respond to natural disasters in California, such as wildfires or other emergency situations.
Thanks, Melody. And among those still missing is a Marin County family. We first brought you their story yesterday and now have new details. Authorities say the Walkers and their son were staying at a house in Hunt, Texas, while their teenage daughter, Ellie, attended camp. Now, our partners at the San Francisco Chronicle say that she is safe. However, 52-year-old Mark Walker, his wife, 50-year-old Sarah, and their 14-year-old son, Johnny, haven't been heard from since Friday. And that family, just a small fraction of the dozens of people still unaccounted for among the floodwaters. Officials say at least 41 known people are missing and more than 100 are dead. Unfortunately, that number would be higher without some heroic rescues as the search for survivors entered its 5th day. Stories of life-saving rescues are surfacing. We learned one father died while helping his daughter cling to a tree so she could survive. Meanwhile, the owner of a devastated RV park recalls helping people through the water, her husband nearly dying in the river, and a camp counselor thinking quickly to save children.
My husband kept yelling at him, throw your baby at me. And at that point, a big wave came by, and they both got swept away.
They moved the boys from their lower bunks to then the upper bunk, and then ultimately hoisted them up into the rafters.
One Coast Guard swimmer says he gave up his spot in a helicopter to fit more children from that camp on board. He says initially he was the only first responder on the ground. He's credited with helping save 165 children. Meanwhile, North Carolina also suffering from widespread flooding. More than 7 inches of rain. Tropical depression Chantal pounded the central part of the state. This video after declared owners are hoping for forecasters say the rest of the week promises even more rain.